Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is RealTalkWithNthabi. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel, and if you are joining us for the very first time, thank you and welcome. Please make sure that you click on the subscribe button, notification bell, so that whenever I post videos, you get to see them and you get to engage with me. And the returning subscribers, thank you. I've got so much love for you guys. Thank you for being loyal to me and trusting and believing in my content and believing that you can spend a bit of your time watching my video. I really appreciate it. And obviously we are on the road to 200 subscribers. At this point, we're standing at 156.7 if I'm not mistaken, and you know, we're celebrating small milestones. I mean, think about it. Someone who has 1,000 or million subscribers started somewhere, and the whole point of all of this is for me to build content and give you something that, you know, can be informative, can be empowering, transforming, can be fun, and you know, educating. And because you know me, I'm as much as I'm a web designer, an entrepreneur, public speaker, I love fun things. I love running, you know, those are the activities that I do. I love dancing as well. So don't be surprised when you see me posting a video of me going, taka, 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 you know, or running or whatever. So yeah, we're sharing content, and I'm basically sharing something that I would want to also watch. But it doesn't end there. I believe that there's so much that you wish I could, you know, talk about, or the kind of topics you wish one could engage on, or, you know, some things that you're talking with your friends and you wish me to talk about them and all that. Please holler at me. Click on the comment and then say something about that, and we'll get it sorted. All right, I'm not gonna waste your time or my time, and this video is gonna be short. I promise I'll try to make it short. But the problem with me is that when I get into the mood and talk, I mean real talk. You know, I go on and on. All right, let me just zip it and get to the topic of the day. So Twitter has been, you know, there's been trends going on. So the trend that I saw, which was I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, it was about, you know, advice that you can give to a tertiary students. I mean, like, it's January and we are aware that right now what's happening is that universities are open for registration. Okay, some obviously have been admitted, but they have to register, get their student cards, get their RESs, accommodation sorted, and all of those things. So probably classes will resume next month, in my opinion. So the little advice that I can give to a tertiary student, you know, tertiary students, whether you are a guy, whether you're a girl, and all that. I mean, I'm a person who was in university at some point, and I graduated, and I had my share of experience in the university. I mean, I went to 2 universities for that matter. So my experience was a bit, hey, look at that, okay, you know, all of that. So my advice to you, and you know, I'm speaking because I want to speak based on my experience, based on my background, and I might be talking to someone who can relate. And if you're not relating, I'll try by all means to help you relate. But this is mainly common to anyone for that matter. So I think some of the principles that I got to learn as I got into tertiary level, and you know, being a student and everything, I got to realize that, you know what, malapa khalegane. What that means is that we don't come from the same background. So some people, you know, some students already have cars, some students, you know, have enough savings to actually get them through the year, and they can eat whatever that they want. Lunchtime, they order McDonald's, they order KFC, they order pizzas, all of those things. So what I'm trying to say is we are all from different backgrounds, and my advice to any tertiary student who comes from any type of background, I want you to stay on your lane. Try by all means to stay in your own lane and use whatever that you have for your advantage. If you've got certain clothes that you got from home, whether it was December or during the festive and everything, and that is all that you have, do not feel like when you get to tertiary and you see other students wearing labels and you feel like you want to put pressure in your parents to get labels and all that. It can be a bit of a stress because you want to fit in and everything. But I'll tell you one thing, trying to fit in won't really help you. You need to always remember the purpose of why you're going to that university, why you are there, what's the purpose of you being in that school. And get there, do your thing. We love beautiful things. I love beautiful things. I wish I could get into any shop that I want, any brand that I want, and buy anything that I want. As a person who now owns a business, who's been employed and all that, I still feel like, okay, there are things that you really cannot buy. But, as a student, my advice to you is that, use whatever that you have and use it to the best way possible. Let's say at home, they send you a certain amount of money and you know that you have to buy food and you have to use it for transport or anything like books and everything like that. Make sure you use it for the right things. Do not compromise your education and buying books for going out with friends, drinking, or buying new clothes just because your new friends from university have got those clothes. They can afford them and you can't afford them at this point. And because you can't afford them at this point, that does not mean you will not be able to afford them at all. So my advice to you is that stay in your lane, darling, and wait for your turn. Your turn can be after you graduate. It's okay. Your turn can be when you get to second year or third year. It's okay. My turn was when I got to be a tutor at school and I got to get a bit of income. I was able to do something for myself. I love this label called Akajo. If you are familiar with it, you'll know. I love that label, and I remember that my first salary, I went to Sandton, got myself, pair of dresses and golf shirts, something like that. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that do not pressure yourself. Stay in your lane. Do what you can. Buy what you can afford, as long as you can look decent. Make sure that you bath, you look good, you wear whether you wear makeup or not. If you can afford your makeup, then cool. But if you, look at me. Do I look like I have makeup on? No, not really. So, it's okay if you're not gonna wear makeup or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that use what you have, what you currently have. And those that have got everything, please don't put pressure in those that don't really have much. Do not make them feel small and make them feel like, hey, you can't fit in if you don't have 1, 2, 3. No, please humble yourself and remember that all the efforts or all the great things that you have is because your parents invested a lot in getting you those things. Instead of bragging and making yourself feel like you are all popular and everything, humble yourself and appreciate what your parents did and continue the legacy by getting the education that you deserve. So that was my advice to you, and I hope that whatever that I shared is something that you can take with and use it throughout your tertiary. And all I can say is that nothing is impossible. They'll tell you that certain courses are difficult. They'll tell you that you can't actually pass on those subjects. Rather choose a particular specialization or whatever the case may be. My advice to you is that do what you believe you're passionate about and something that you believe it will serve a purpose and you will actually benefit from. Don't listen to anyone. Everything has its own challenges. Any other subject, whether it's the easiest or the hardest, it all has its own challenges. So believe in yourself and do your best, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you.